question, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Okay, did you ever consider asking for the public's view of what the building could be used for?
I know early on, and there
was some discussion.
there was a discussion about doing a survey monkey or something to that effect, and I can appreciate that. But perhaps you've taken note that we've had a lot of change in staff and a lot of new positions in the last year. Town Manager Malaguti has been, bringing on his team and forming that across the town. We've had a lot of change, and so, it's one of those things that just hasn't been done. But again, I've been listening. Town manager's been listening. Town councils have been listening. I know there was a meeting the other night or something like that too, for people to come and speak and voice. And my phone is always on, and we're all willing to listen. I haven't heard anything outside of what we've already discussed here tonight, but perhaps there is that we've overlooked.
Last night, there was a meeting at the library on this topic, and our town council chair was there, and he gave his, views, and he made some comments. But he also said there should be something about having the public speak. And I haven't seen that yet, but we have some people who were at the meeting last night here. And if you take a minute or two and listen to what they have to say, and what they brought up at that meeting, just listen. You don't have to
Absolutely,
act on it.
and every town council meeting has a public comment session. If
Right.
people have things, come forward and let's hear it. Yep.
Well, can we hear a couple of
Mr.
things?
Chair, point of order.
Yes,
You asked for the board's recommendation to
the priority.
But isn't that premature? Don't we do that after the public hearing on the 4th?
No, we have to have something to present to the public for the public hearing. Public hearing is next, 2 weeks, October 4th, for this.
But don't we
The
have the opportunity to
workshop,
make the
we have
change?
our discussion, and
Right.
then,
There's
any
no
changes.
changes or just.
Yeah, any
Mr. Chair,
changes.
if I may, so the purpose of tonight is to have this exact discussion that you're going through.
Yep.
If you wanted to propose a change on the priorities, you can do so tonight. They would remain proposed changes. At the public hearing, you will finalize those
Okay.
changes.
Yeah, thanks. I just
With
wanted-
additional input from the public, with regard to the priority. And then any other adjustments that the board feels is necessary.
So public comment is next week,
So the public hearing,
on the 4th?
the
October
public hearing
4th.
is tentatively scheduled for October 4th, provided that the planning board is satisfied with this work session tonight. Again, through the process, we try and have this document well-prepared and adopted prior to budget season, so that's kind of the tight time frame, if you will. The goal, so yes, 10-4 is the,
So this is a work session between the board and town staff?
It is, but Councilor Farrell said last night that he spoke to Art Rugg, and that's why these people showed up, and that he would allow people
so
to speak
just
at the
a
work
point of
session.
order briefly. It's at the discretion of the chairman if he wants to allow public comment this evening. I've not heard from the chairman yet, so I'll defer to him.
Yeah, see if I get a word in edgewise here. I think I will take very brief public input at the conclusion of this. So we'll hear all the projects first before we go for any public input. And I emphasize be brief, because if it is a long dissertation, that's for public hearing. And there's usually a time limit on public hearing at which you can talk.
Mr. Chair, can I just ask one question? Clarification.
No, save it till later, save it till
I
later.
just want to understand if after you vote on these numbers, right, at the public hearing, can the numbers be changed or the verbiage be changed at all? Or is it etched in stone?
The public-
It's just a clarification question.
Yes, they can be changed.
The
Yeah.
numbers can be changed and
Numbers can be
priority
changed at
numbers?
Public hearing.
Are you referring to the priority numbers?
yes, I'm trying to understand. So tonight they're going to vote on,
There's no vote happening this evening.
okay, but they're going to put them in the numbers.
They're going to discuss how they may or may not want to change the priority numbers.
Okay, and they can or cannot change the verbiage of it?
What do you mean the
We-
verbiage?
Like, the numbers and,
Mr. Chair, if she's gonna keep talking, should she come up to the
Yeah.
microphone?
It's fine. I just wanted to make sure that-
I'm happy to
Not at
discuss
this point,
offline with
because
you
I think the
after.
school has to have time to do their
Well, I just
presentation.
went by what the chair said last night, so.
Yes, I said I would allow very minimal public input, and that would be at the conclusion of our listening to all the projects.